thank you so much for joining me for my preview of the 2019 Utah Utes. Before going farther, if you don't know me, especially out there on the West Coast, I'm Bobby Dirkens. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and second, guess whether you took your pills or not today. If you're like me, you're living out here in God's country, where Jesus is Lord, football is king, and I'm basically John the Baptist, preaching the good news week in and week out. We have teams like, obviously, the defending national champions, Georgia, Alabama, LSU, and the list goes on. While y'all are playing your games, a lot of us are asleep. We only notice the West Coast when teams like Southern Cal, the Matt Leinart days, Reggie Bush, Oregon has been doing some incredible things here and there. But Utah, if you look over the past 4 or 5 years, except for like one season, has been doing some pretty good things. So let's talk about what you have this season, what you have returning, and how that could really impact your season. Because a lot of experts, and I know that's up for opinion, who's an expert and not, say y'all could finish in the top 10 and most likely win your conference. Let's talk about it. You returned 7 on the offensive side of the ball. Starting with Tyler Huntley. Tyler Huntley is a senior. He has suffered through some injuries. He's had some kind of up and down moments, but he is the man to lead your team. You also have that Shelley Youngin who's backup for him, who played some. He's got experience. That's always good when you have a backup quarterback who has experience, who isn't sitting over there going, "Oh, well, I got to go in? Well, I don't know the plays. Would you tell me to just throw the ball and I pick whoever I want?" That's good, okay? I would tell you this. You've lost some of your line, but I think you'll be okay within the conference you're in. I'll get more into that in just a second. Also, you return your leading rusher, Zach Moss. Zach Moss is a very physical young man. Over 1,000-yard back. You also got basically all your receiving core coming back. That Covey, Dixon, Simpkins, a few boys that if I tried to pronounce their names, they'd sue me because I can't pronounce it right. You have a lot of weapons on the offensive side of the ball. Let's go to the defensive side of the ball. Once again, you return 7 starters on that side of the ball. Now, we'll tell you this, some of your top tacklers, they're gone, okay? Yeah, I mean, you got some guys with, Barton and Hanson, over 100 tackles each. They're gone. That is very difficult to replace, okay? I know you probably got some guys that I don't know about because I'm giving a 30,000-foot view kind of thing. I admit it. Probably sliding in right behind them. But when you lose like guys like that, like we're losing our entire line, we have to accept there will be some drop-off even if the guys behind them are really talented. So you do lose that. Who do you have returning? I tell you somebody that sticks out to me, Jalen Johnson, 4 interceptions. Lord, you throw the ball up that side of the field, you might as well just go ahead and hand it to him. Very talented young man, Blackman, Johnson, Bernard, a bunch of good players coming back. The defensive line looks really good. So, with that said, let's jump into Salt Lake City's finest. Before I go into your schedule, let's talk about your conference. Now, listen to me. If you're new here, you think I'm about to just start talking about how horrible the Pac is and the ACC is great. The ACC is not great. It is not great. You have Clemson. On a given week, Syracuse is okay, although they had 10 wins last year. Miami schizophrenic. We don't know what they're going to do this season. Boston College will look good one week. The next week, they look like Boston College. So I'm not sitting here aimlessly picking at the Pac, okay? I know some of you already getting, tell him how I feel armed with my keyboard. That's fine. That's fine. You can. But I'm admitting the ACC is not all that, okay? The Pac, is it Pac-12? Yeah, it's Pac-12. I forgot there for a second. Whew, got to swim ahead. Pac-12 is not all that. You're not dealing with Reggie Bush anymore. I know that's been a while ago, but when we think of Pac-12, especially out here on the East Coast, we think about them, we think about Oregon. No offense to you, we really don't think about you. It doesn't mean you're a bad football team. But that's what we think about. But now, the Pac-12 is not that. It's up for grabs. That's good news for you. That's good news for you when you have parts of your offensive line missing. You can pull together and you can actually do some good things, okay? Okay, as I said, I ain't jabbing at you. I didn't tell you your baby's ugly, which science has proven that if you get two ugly people together and they have a baby, like 90 to 97% chance that child's going to be ugly. Precious as it can be, but ugly. So, you really have a good chance, your regular season schedule I'm looking at, to go undefeated. I know it's a mouthful. And I know a lot of people always says this. They say, undefeated, you realize how hard that is? It's according to your conference you're in. It's according to the games that you play. Okay? So let's use our brains and not our butthole to think. Let's start down this journey. Very first game at BYU. That's a Thursday night. That's a big game. I know the whole thing going on between y'all two. I believe that they're going to come out. They are going to fight hard. You're just going to have too much for them. I think the excitement of this season, as long as you don't let it get the best of you, as long as you're not sitting there going, hey guys, we got a good chance to just run the table. It's just BYU. Now that would get you an upset. If you can just come in, play really solid defense, and just put points on the board, you're going to be fine. And not let the rivalry get in your head. I believe you definitely win this game. Next game, Northern Illinois. Oh, Northern Illinois had their moment in the spotlight over the past years. This time, it's all going to be on you. I believe you're going to overpower them. I believe that you're going to take advantage of them. They always try to bring something to the table. I just believe this time they're going to bring a pack of crackers. You're going to beat them. Next week, Idaho State. Oh, Lord, anytime you think Idaho could get any smaller, then you meet Idaho State. I believe you beat them just because. At Southern Cal on a Friday night. Now, the old hot seat is absolutely sizzling on their head coach's rear end. They can still get some really good recruits here and there. I mean, because they're Southern Cal. It's like them in Miami. They should never have a bad football season. They shouldn't see under 9 wins in the season, even if they get arrested for doing something awful. But they managed to do it. So what I'm going to tell you is, he's fighting for his life. This is a toss-up game for me, and yes, I know who they have coming back. Yes, I know how it's been going, but I'm telling you, this is a big game for you not to lose. It's a toss-up. I believe you win this game. Washington State. This is your homecoming game. It's a big deal. Everybody's going to be excited. Mike Leach is going to be on the sideline making some smart aleck comment, threatening to sue ESPN. We know what's happening. Last season was probably the best season he's ever seen in his life as a coach. I know you want to talk about Texas Tech, you Texas Techers. But remember how some of those seasons fell off. I believe he's going to give you a good game. I believe it's going to be close. I believe you beat him. Next week, you're off. Now, if I was talking to some teams, I'd have to tell them how not to get in trouble, how not to get arrested for, drug use, or don't go get a prostitute, don't, go to a bar and beat up somebody and then expect to play the next week. Maybe I don't know that much about y'all. I don't think I need to tell you that. At Oregon State, you win that one. At Oregon State, what's their problem? They're good at one thing, being bad. And not in a good way. Next week, play Arizona State. I think you win this game because Arizona State is just, to me, they're the Auburn of the Pac-12. One week, Auburn looks good. Next week, Auburn looks bad. I believe you win this game. Play California. All I'm going to tell you is while you're playing California, just be advised that according to the state of California, that game and the air you're breathing could cause cancer. But I still believe you beat California. At Washington. Woo. They got Eason. They got Chris Peterson. Now for me, I'm one of these guys, I look at who's wearing the headset. Too many people forget who's wearing the headset can change everything. Look what he did at Boise State. I am calling for Washington to give you a great game. I am calling for Washington to barely lose to you. It's another toss-up game. You beat them. If you play around, you will lose. You're off the next week. After they play UCLA, oh Lord, we used to think about UCLA just being this incredible power, and oh, we think they keep coming back, and they hire Chip Kelly and young, you beat them. At Arizona, trap game. Let me tell you why. One week, they're full of highlights, and the next week, they're full of crap. Another trap game for you, I believe you beat them. Finish off the season with Colorado, and you'll finish it off at home. You beat Colorado. And I call for you to go undefeated in the regular season. Now, I've already predicted Oregon, and I believe you're going to play Oregon the very next week, couple of weeks after that. I hadn't looked at your schedule. Forgive me. I believe you lose that game. I believe you lose it. I believe you make it through the entire season undefeated. My games that I'm going to tell you, if you start coming here, start playing wishy-washy, and I believe you could very well lose. Washington is one of them. Arizona, one of them. Southern Cal, one of them. You very well have a good chance of losing up to 3 games, in my opinion, with those teams. Other teams, I think you got them. I think you got them in your little bag, okay? And you can just throw them wherever you want to. Those are my 3 trap games for you. I really believe with your schedule and talent you have and just how things are going there right now, you will go undefeated, but you will lose to Oregon in the championship. All right, and that's Pac championship, by the way. Well, thanks so much for joining me. Appreciate it. Hope you have a good evening. Hit the subscribe button. Turn on notifications. I'm Bobby Dirkens. You keep showing up. Lord knows I'll keep showing out. Bobby Dirkens.